Alrighty, loading up. That heads south to the Jupiter race. Got all the kit, got the board, ready to send. Ready, just finished up at the shop. Got the little powwow, grabbed a shirt, and we're gonna go get a warm-up lap in because it is firing out there. This was a pretty killer forecasted setup. It was 15 to 18 forecasted from the south, and it was already building at about 11 a.m. as we were setting up. A couple of the crew wanted to do a warm-up lap, so we pre-staged and figured we could get at least one in before the 2:30 scheduled race start. On this lap, we had Robbie, Tyler from the West Coast, and Matt, as well as Nate, one of the other crew from the West Coast. I rocked the 770 with the 120. This is one of the faster rigs I have, and basically kind of just wanted to do a demo lap and see if this was kit I could use for the race. It was a little weak out there, and I felt a little undergunned in the small spots, so we hemmed and hawed an awful lot about whether to go 770 120 or go 860 120 or go 770 135. I ended up doing 770 135 for the race just because I had put a bunch of time in on that setup already. We finished our warm-up lap and shuttled up to the top. It was super cool to see the whole plethora of different watercraft on display. Everything from OC1s, kiteboards, foils, pretty much everything in between was doing the challenge. These are a couple of cool pictures taken by one of the other guys at the start of the race and just shows how much kind of pandemonium was going on out there. It was a pretty cool setup. Super awesome to see how welcoming the crew was and how everyone from some of the hard charging sup guys all the way down to the beginner wingers were all welcome for this race slash downwind challenge. So the sup guys, we all paddled out and we kind of talked amongst ourselves on how we were going to regulate ourselves on the start. So once we hit 2:30 on the watch, everyone sort of started standing up and went for it. I got pretty lucky with a bump right away. As you can see, I basically stood up and pretty much immediately had something to paddle and go for. So popped right up, and basically at this point, I was a little more inshore than a couple of the other guys, so anyone who popped up right with me was over my right shoulder, so I couldn't see them, and pretty much didn't see anyone from there. I made good time early in the run. There was a little lack of wind bump up here at the south end of the run, but there was good swell, so I was able to hook into a lot of them and pick up pace pretty quickly.
about halfway. Gotta go past the pier. Going pretty well so far. Been averaging between like 210 and 220. There's a bit of weird like southeast flow in the water, so it can be tough to link up. Hell yeah, dude. Wow. That was a good ass run.
Bro, you were gone. That was fucked.
I popped up and I was like, I'm not looking back.
No, I didn't want to turn around either.
Overall, it was a pretty sick run. I was super stoked to ace it on a smaller foil and keep the pace going quick. I was stoked to come away with the win, and Robbie was a couple minutes behind me with Nate coming across in third.
Skills.
We pretty much immediately got our stuff together, loaded up, and went for it on another lap. Huge shout out to Rob for the shuttle for this last lap, and it was pretty cool to get a cool down lap in. It was starting to go south-southwest for the prefrontal direction, so it was kind of crazy to see this sea state that we just ridden in start to clean up and become pretty groomed. There was some seriously good surf as we were coming in at the end of this run.